Get off my lake or I'm calling the cops. That's how it started, right there on a Tuesday morning with my coffee still hot in my hand, me standing on my own dock, and the HOA president screaming like I'd set fire to her prize azaleas. I mean, imagine you finally escape 20 years of corporate law, you cash in what's left after the divorce. You buy a little lakeside cabin to heal your soul, and next thing you know, a woman in pressed khakis is filming you for trespassing on your own property. Yeah, that happened. I'm Adam Rogers, 42, and I honestly thought moving out here meant I could finally breathe easy, sunrise over the lake, coffee, a little fishing, maybe a lazy afternoon sanding some old boards in the garage. No more billable hours or boardroom showdowns, just peace. Turns out the universe loves a plot twist. Because before I'd even gotten my line in the water, a white sedan comes flying up my gravel driveway like the FBI's about to raid my tool shed. Out steps this woman, radiating so much Karen energy birds stop singing. She's got a phone out recording like she's about to bust a major criminal ring me with a fishing rod. She's yelling about exclusive community property, waving paperwork like she's the queen of the lake. I try logic, 20 years of law school muscle memory kicks in, so I stay calm. Ma'am, I own this cabin in the dock. I'm fishing on my own land. She's not having it. Instead, she pulls out the nuclear option and calls 911, yelling to the dispatcher about trespassers destroying property values. I'm just sitting there trying to process if this is real life or some bizarre hidden camera show for suburban nightmares. When the officer arrives, he looks about 12 and twice as exhausted. He asks for documents. I give him my deed, all legal and notarized. Karen, her real name's Christina Scott, keeps waving her phone and muttering about community standards and enforcement actions. The cop takes one look at my paperwork, sighs, and says, "This is a civil matter." Christina's face turns a shade of red I've only seen during SEC depositions. She storms off, taping some bogus violation notice to my door, $500 fine for unauthorized lake usage, while vowing to take this to the county. Now, maybe most folks would let that roll off. But I'm a lawyer. And something about that notice just smells off like it's trying a little too hard to be official. That night, while the sun sinks over the lake, I dig through some old boxes the previous owner left behind. Most of it is faded photos and junk, but I find this yellowed property survey from the 60s. Turns out my little cabin comes with something Christina really doesn't want me to know about: an original easement granting lake access. Lake access for the whole community. Next morning, my neighbor Mike shows up looking nervous. Mike's a quiet IT guy, always polite, never dramatic, so I know something's up. He confesses Christina's been telling the neighbors I'm some big city lawyer plotting to sue the HOA, strip everyone's lake rights, the whole 9 yards. But the kicker, she sold him a premium lake access certificate for $3,000, claiming it was a county requirement. I nearly spit my coffee. This thing is a masterpiece of fake legalese and seals. Mike's embarrassed he and his wife saved months for it, afraid they'd lose their home if they didn't pay up. And he's not alone. At least half a dozen neighbors got the same sales pitch. You ever get that icy feeling when you realize you're not dealing with petty annoyance but real fraud? I drive to the county office and show the clerk the certificate. She holds it up to the light, frowns, and says, "This isn't county paperwork. We don't issue lake permits for private properties." Her tone is serious. If someone's been selling these as official documents, that's federal fraud. By evening, Christina's in full campaign mode, driving by, taking photos, sitting at the end of the street, like she's with the FBI's HOA division. Neighbors start avoiding me. I get the message she's weaponized the grapevine, painting me as the villain. But now I'm past annoyed. I'm building a case. At her emergency community meeting, she rolls out the whole circus: fake environmental inspector, the guy's badge, his crooked suit 2 sizes too big, PowerPoint full of stock photos, dire warnings about federal waterfowl habitat violations, and new compliance certificates everyone must buy, $1,000 each or else. People are panicked, clutching their checkbooks, desperate to make the trouble go away. I record everything. But here's the twist. Turns out that inspector is actually Tom Stone, a licensed surveyor Christina hired months earlier. After the meeting, Tom calls me in a panic. We meet, and he spills that Christina discovered through his survey that my property controls the only legal lake access for the subdivision. She'd planned to force me out, transfer the easement to the HOA, then sell exclusive lake rights to a developer for millions. She's been faking environmental emergencies, doctoring documents, and selling fraudulent access certificates to build a legal case for adverse possession. Tom hands over emails, contracts, and here's the smoking gun recordings of Christina plotting to remove the problem owner. The real estate attorney I bring in is floored. My easement predates the HOA by decades. If I want, I could legally block every neighbor from the lake. Christina's scam, all smoke and mirrors. She's facing felony fraud, witness intimidation, conspiracy, the works. The next HOA meeting is packed. Christina tries her usual routine bluster, legal threats, more fake paperwork. But this time, Tom Stone stands up, apologizes to the room, and projects the real survey showing I own the only legal lake access. The place explodes. Residents shout about the money they lost, demand Christina's resignation, call for a vote. Christina melts down, screaming she was protecting the community. Her lawyer hustles her out. Within a week, she's gone, moving truck lawyers the whole walk of shame. The feds and the county prosecutor aren't far behind. Mike takes over as interim president. The neighborhood bands together, filing civil suits supporting the criminal case. Christina's development deal collapses. Her investors demand millions back. News vans show up. The local paper calls it the biggest HOA fraud in county history. Property values rise once the truth is out. Neighbors come by to thank me. I tell them all I wanted was to fish in peace. 6 months later, I get a letter from prison, Christina's handwriting, not her old bluster, but genuine regret. She admits she lost her family's lake house years ago and tried to rewrite history with fraud. She says she's using her time to help fix the mess, arranging for her lawyer and Tom Stone to finalize bulletproof documentation, making sure no future HOA president can ever pull the same stunt. For once, she's done something right. Today, the lake is quiet again. Mike runs the HOA with real transparency, monthly meetings, open books, neighbors helping each other instead of spying for fines. My property is protected by legal documents that could survive a nuclear blast. The fear and paranoia are gone, replaced by a genuine sense of community. I fish every morning, help with block parties, and sometimes catch myself actually enjoying retirement. You know, Christina's criminal madness forced this neighborhood to learn what leadership really means. Authority is nothing without accountability. Turns out standing up to a bully doesn't just stop one scam, it transforms everything. Funny how the worst people sometimes end up teaching the best lessons, right? So let me ask you, have you ever watched a bully get exactly what they deserved? Or seen a community come together when it mattered most? Drop your story below and tell me what you think real justice looks like. If you made it this far, hit that like button and maybe share with a friend who needs a little reminder that even in the wild world of HOAs, the good guys sometimes win.